the instructions.
How we forget the instructions. How quickly we forget the instructions. That's interesting. That is real interesting. Anyone else want to go into it? None? Okay, good. So that, okay, go ahead.
It was a time period for you to get clean too.
You got to be clean what?
So if you touch something like a carcass that you weren't supposed to touch, or it was in a pot, you'll have to break the pot and you'll have to wait till evening to be clean.
Okay. Well, actually, that was the last week's portion, which I was about to ask you.
Uh,
What did you get from last week's portion, or what happened in last week's portion? Everybody that was here from last week. What we talked about last week in the last week's portion. Which was a while, right? Last week's portion was a while, right?
Yeah. We was talking about the different, well, we continued on because that, the week before they was talking about offerings too.
Okay.
We was talking about, different offerings as far as animals to bring up. If the poor family don't have that animal, which other ones they can bring up.
On the offering.
Offering, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, excuse my Hebrew writing. But y'all get it right. All right. This week's portion is called Shemini. Shemini. Right? Let's get into it. All right. YAHZAKAR, Shemini. This is Leviticus chapter 9, starting at verse 1. Huh? What you say? Okay. Which is Shemini, right? What do Shemini means? Shemini. What do it mean, sis? Eighth. Why do it mean eighth? Why?
I don't know, Shemini means 8. So I think with the I, 8.
Eighth.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know how we break stuff down.
Yeah, I know, right?
We want to see if that means 8 or not.
Right.
You okay? You want to answer, Aki?
This is, Shemini is 8,
Okay.
so it's just going in order.
Okay. That's it? There's nothing. Huh?
That's when you break down the words, though.
Oh, okay. So we're going to find out if it means 8 or not, right? We're going to look at it and see. All right. You know how we do. What's the shit? Teeth? Teeth?
Consume,
Destroy.
Destroy. What you say?
consume,
Consume. Right? Eat. We're going to put eat too, right? That's what the share means, right? That's why I love the Hebrew alphabet. Because the alphabet has its own meaning to the words, to the alphabet. Okay? Unlike English. Right? What the A mean? Yeah, just A. Right. Just right. Okay. All right. What the right. That's what we learned in school, right? What about the milk?
Can you skip that over?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Water.
Huh?
Water.
Water. Right. Okay?
Good answer.
multitude, chaos,
Multitude. Okay. Chaos.
CHAOS,
Say that again, Joaquin. I ain't looking at the tree.
CHAOS.
Oh. All right. Chaos, multitude, chaos, water. What about the yoke? Hand. Hand. Will. It lives.
Work,
Works. Anything else?
Put strength.
I'm gonna put D's. Alright. D's, right? Alright. What about the dude? Huh? Seed. Seed. If y'all can see it, but I can see seed.
info,
Yeah, info, okay. I'm gonna just put info. I'm gonna put information, info. Y'all know how we roll. What else?
continuation, but just don't.
That's like C. We're gonna leave it at C. Anything else?
Does that say C, does that say into?
No, info.
Info.
Info, like information. Information. C. All right. I'm gonna put life, right? And I'm gonna just leave it at that. We'll stick with that. And what about the?
Can you please do me a favor and go back to the, I need to remember these letters, the second one, the mem,
The mem.
to the last word.
Chaos.
Take off that O and that E, take it out.
Oh, it's A.
A-O.
Oh yeah, it is A. My fault.
Yeah, I was gonna
See?
slide. No.
No, you can't let it do that. Come on, Imam. Where you at, Imam? You supposed to be on that.
I was trying to give you a break.
No, don't give me a break. Get on it. Each one teach one, right? Each one teach one. Come on. What about? Oh, we already know what they told it, right? All right. Deeds, right? All right. Now, why would that be eighth or eighth out of what we have right here?
I know why.
Huh?
I know why.
You know? Go ahead. Give it to me.
All right. And I can take these and put this in a format.
Mhm.
But if I put it in a format, you still won't understand what I'm saying. So I'm gonna give it to you in a different way.
Okay.
Because teach and destroy, all that means the same thing. Water, multitude, chaos, all that means the same thing.
Okay.
Since Shabbat, or 7, means completion.
Okay.
8 is the beginning. And in order to begin, you have to destroy all that was completed to start anew. So
Okay.
8 is a new start to everything.
Okay. 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 I can.
So if I put that in what you got written, you got the destroyer of water or chaos or the multitude works in the seed in his hand or his will.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Got it. I got you.
So to build on what ZAQEN is saying, in terms of using those words or those particular characters, Shemini is destroying the multitude of works, of past works, to continue more works.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I like that. Okay. Okay. Agree. Anyone else?
Beginning.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Sis?
That, I'm not gonna go in exact order.
Okay. Go
If I
ahead.
put it all together, it can be like, the multitude, all of us, get together and eat, drink water, as a way to destroy the chaos that life is about to throw at us. So we need to use our hands to plant and grow so that we can eat and drink and destroy this chaos that's out here. And in a way, like if we doing some type of praying or something, some type of worship or something.
Okay. I know, I didn't look at it that way, but okay, I see what you're saying. I see where you're going. I understand. Okay, I got you. Anyone else want to try their hand there? No? Anyone? Maureen? That's it, you did. I don't know what he said.
Which day?
What do Shemini mean to you?
He might can't talk, he might be on duty.
He's on mute.
Oh, he on mute? Okay,
He
okay.
not on
Oh,
mute.
there he is.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'll answer, but continue on. I'll answer though. Just give me 1 second.
All right.
It's a movie.
All right, okay. I got the hand that consumes the multitude works is life. Y'all get that?
Okay, this is what we say, instruction one in the beginning of the movie.
Right, right. So we can look at the word that says that it's to the fullness after the seventh day, right? After the seventh day, it's full, right? It's going into the fullness of it. So the eighth day is the fullness of it, or which really, if you look at the word, it goes back to the word Shemini, something like that. And it's like plumpness or being fat, right? So what do it have to do with being fat? You should, within that 7 days, should consume a lot to make yourself grow or to become fat, okay, or to become plump, and then you can start fresh on your walk and keep on going, right? Okay. So, we always get on y'all wrote this thing? Y'all good on that? Right? Y'all good? We always talk about the English language, right? Or the numbering system of English of what we have, right? Because we always talk about the seventh day, and the seventh day most of the time it's almost like a lucky number to some people, right? Right? Seventh number, right? So we have the 7, right? So after that comes 8, right? What do the 8 look like?
2 circles.
Continuation.
Infinity.
Infinity.
It looks infinity, like the infinity, and what else?
A
A
snowman.
racetrack?
Huh?
A racetrack?
Look like a racetrack. Okay. What else?
2 circles.
2 circles. Let's write 2 circles up there right quick. Well, we'll just do 8, right?
Snowman?
What do it? It looks fat.
Mm.
It looks fat. He looks fat compared to the rest of the numbers. If you look at all the other numbers, it's not as fat as the 8. So we can get into, well, English doesn't, they don't have certain things, but it does. It's fat. It's a beginning. It's fat. It's making itself fat, so we can continue in our walk within going forward. Okay. All praise. We got that? We good? Okay, let's get it.
So Shimini means what?
8.
Okay.
Means 8.
Okay.
I just want to know why do it means 8. That's all. That's all we're trying to get to. Okay. All right, Hakeem. Let's get it in.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
ספר ויקרא, פרק 9, פסוק 1. The book of Leviticus, chapter 9, verse 1. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And it came to pass on the 8th day,
Mm-hmm.
on the 8th day, that Moshe called Aharon
Mm-hmm.
and his sons, and the elders of Israel.
Okay. Why did he call the elders?
Because they're part of the Levi tribe.
No.
For the wisdom.
Why did they call?
Oh, the
Why did they call the elders?
Wisdom.
That's what? You want
That's what our practice is, that's what you're supposed to do. You call on those elders, they have the wisdom, they're the ones that you go to for guidance. So I'm thinking that's the order of things, you gotta call those elders.
Okay, all praises to the Most High.
You call it elders because of the word Rosh. Rosh means head of. The elders is your head of the individual clan. So when you want something to go through everything, you go to the head of.
Agree, okay.
And if they're the head of something, that means they get first eye view on something. So that means they're a witness. So to be an elder, you're a witness to things.
Okay.
So you're witnessing everything. Everything you do, you bring an elder to your events or to your certain situations to witness whatever it is you need to, what's that called, conceal or certify and
Notarize.
what's that thing when you gotta go to somebody?
Notarize.
Notary. They'll notarize whatever it is that you're trying to get done. So they're a witness.
Okay, all praises, all praises. Always have an elder in your midst, or have an elder that you can go to and speak with. Always. Even on certain matters that you may not understand or what have you, always be in contact with your elder. Because he has been through some things, or she has been through some things that you have no idea what's going on. You're going through it, you're learning from it, but it's somebody else that's been through it. So contact your elder and see what's going on. That's why the book tells us to rise for the what? Rise for the hoary head, or for the elder. You rise up for them. You don't sit down. You don't sit down when an elder's talking to you. You get up. You rise up. You get up and you go greet that elder. Elder come in the door right now, we supposed to do what? We stand. That's one thing about this culture I love, that we respect our elders. And we treat our elders like we're supposed to. Unlike what the world tells us to.
Like this country, right?
So we always rise up for the elders. All right?
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I was gonna say, yesterday when I went to Walmart and there was an older lady, and she had baskets or whatever, and like bags, and she was just walking, she was pushing it, she was moving so slow. So I parked my car, and I was just like, man, would you like help? She was like, oh, no. Like, I was just like, you can keep your purse, let me just put this in your car. You know what I'm saying? And she was just like, she was on the fence, like, as if I was gonna hurt her.
Right.
Or like I was trying to, like, you know what I'm saying?
They're not used to that. They're not used
That's
to,
a shame.
people coming up to them helping.
I was offended.
Right. And right, because you understand Torah, you know what you're supposed to do within your elders. They know. It's that way. That's how it is.
People kicking elders in the face and stuff.
And that's based on the parents of this generation. But I believe most of us, when we grew up, we were taught to respect our elders, to open doors, to help them with their bags, so on and so forth. So now we're dealing with a generation that's growing up whose parents didn't tell them that. So we can't say, based on most of everybody in here, except for this group right here, wasn't born in a way. However, we were taught those things.
Right.
So it's not just, America, so on and so forth. We have standards too. It's just that this culture stamped it.
Okay.
And now it's not being taught anything.
Right, and I agree. When I was coming up, you respect your elders. You don't talk. Matter of fact, you don't even talk when grown-ups talk.
That's right.
Simple as that. You do not come in and interrupt nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
No, you sit back. Matter of fact, go to your room. We're supposed to respect our elders, but sometimes our elders not used to that because they wasn't brought up like that. Some people hasn't been brought up like that.
She was great.
And today's time, I'm pretty sure she was probably scared.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say, she didn't know.
She was. In bad news? Was you in bad news?
Yeah.
Right.
But I was in the good part of bad news.
Up in
Yeah, the expensive Walmart. She came.
She said, yeah. What you got out here?
You know what's going on too is that babies is having babies, so what's happening is being that babies is having babies, the young ones is, I mean, their parents probably taught them. Then you got like a lot of parents that be friends with their children instead of like being their parents. So that's like kind of affecting a lot of things too. That when you got young parents having babies, and instead of going, you know, before you used to go to their parents when it was problems like, yo, this is your son did this, and they used to go to their sons and talk to them. But now you go to their and tell them their son did, they ready to fight you themselves. Like, oh, and you know, so it's just crazy.
Right, because it's a disconnect.
Yeah, man.
It's totally a disconnect. You may learn something. I'm glad what you brought up. You may learn something. You may learn Torah, but how quickly we forget.
That's true. That's real.
We'll forget some how you're supposed to roll quickly.
Quickly.
And then, to build on what the dog said, so you got babies, but once again, I mean, I'm only 28, but I can remember a time where we used to go to grandma's house, and grandma not having you cussing, you
No,
got running in her
not
house,
hearing nothing.
you gotta clean up your mess, so on and so forth, but now
Right.
there's
That's
a lack
exactly
of elders who act like elders.
Mhm.
You have 60, 70-year-olds who still trying to go to the club, still trying to learn the dance,
Still sagging their
still
pants.
sagging and dressing as if they were back when they were in their heyday. So you have elders who do not want to take on the responsibility of what it means to be a roach. Not you, Imam, before you.
Okay, thank you for letting me know I cannot go to the club no more. And that you will not teach me the new dance move. But,
We'll teach you.
but part of it is we're growing up in a society that won't allow us to knock the kid in the floor when he has stepped out of line.
Right.
So you still have parents that would have that desire and who grew up that way and know what's supposed to be done, but we live in fear because now we got social services in our homes, and all our kid has to say is, "Well, she hit me."
That's right.
And we don't want to lose our children.
Okay.
So we suck up to our children, and we don't raise our children.
Right. Right. And I think it's in the Torah, in the Tanakh, where it says, you know, the children will be raised by the children, or the women will be.
The women will run circles around the men, and the children will
run the house, right? Hey, interesting, very interesting.
Not so.
One more question. What other 8th day we have, which lies within the Torah? What else happens on the 8th day? I'm going to ask you.
Circumcision.
Circumcision.
Sukkot.
Huh? Because we get the fullness on the 8th day. Oh, I love y'all too.
Yeah, so Modine.
Okay, I love y'all, man. I'm telling you, 8th day is powerful.
I got a question.
Go ahead, Maureen.
The fullness of what though?
Fullness of what? On which one? Which one are you talking about?
Well, you're talking about the number 8.
Right.
Right. And I heard you say like plumpness or, you know, something that's full. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, it's already here. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
The fullness of what? I can't understand what you're saying. The fullness of what? Life? What's life? According to Torah. Torah is life. So Torah is life, so you need to be full with the Torah for life, with the fatness of the Torah. Right? What's that? Okay. All right, so let's go ahead, Paul.
Well, the subject will change when I start. When we talk about the 8 days, 8 days fullness of what? You go through Sukkot, 7 days. It comes back to the first question you asked. You completed the 7th day. Now you got the end of the time coming in, or as y'all would say, the fullness, and then you start on a new cycle. So it's the fullness and the completion of one cycle and the beginning of the new cycle.
Okay. Right. We understand that. That's cool.
That's what they had, the fullness of what?
Okay. Of the old cycle coming into a new cycle.
Yeah.
Okay. Agree.
Well, as, you know, as we keep reading, you gonna see, well, you should see something that that didn't happen during the previous 7 days. That does happen on the 8th day.
That's right.
Right. Okay. Agree.
So, you know, when I say the fullness of what, you know, I guess a better question is as we keep reading, there's a specific response that happens that the Most High does that didn't happen 7 days prior. So, what has to be full, or what has to be, or what should be in order, you know, for this type of beginning to take place, if you will. A lot of people say 8 is like new beginnings and, you know, stuff like that. So.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll get to that point, Akeem.
Yeah.
Okay, are there y'all? All praises.
Yeah.
Akeem.
And he said to Aharon, take you a young calf for a sin offering,
Okay.
and a ram for a burnt offering, without blemish, and offer them before Yahweh. And to the children of Yisrael you shall speak,
Right.
saying, take a kid of the goats for a sin offering, and a calf and a lamb, both of the first year, without blemish, for a burnt offering. Also a bullock and a ram for peace offerings, to sacrifice before Yahweh, and a meal offering mingled with oil. For today Yahweh will appear to you. And they brought that which Moshe commanded before the tent of meeting, and all the congregation drew near.
Hold on, I got a question. Why did they have to offer a sin offering for Aharon?
Because being that Aaron was a high priest, he could have probably did a sin or something that he wasn't aware of.
Okay.
And so being if he go in that tent of meeting or go do what he gotta do, he could probably lose his life himself.
Okay.
So he, you know, they offer the sin offering for him. That will happen.
Okay. Anyone else?
So in conjunction with that, is that why the elders came? Because in the previous lesson we learned that the elders, if the priest wasn't right, the elders had to actually basically do a sacrifice for him so that he could get right, so that he could have his sacrifice for the whole Israelite community. So was that in conjunction with why they were there as well?
Anyone?
Okay, so two different things. One, is that they just got out of making him the priest and the ordination service and all that. So now he's really about to start service.
Right.
But so he needs to be clean, especially because in verse 3 it said, verse 4 said Elohim is about to appear. And then if you go back into Shemot, when dealing with the golden calf, the Creator said that since you did this, now you will have to bear Israel upon your shoulders. So he's basically getting clear from all that has happened previously, so he can start to go into service for the Creator.
Okay, because you have to be right to come into the service in dealing with the Creator. Okay, we'll agree with that, right? Have to be a specific way. You have to be with the Creator when you're dealing with directly with the Creator. Okay. Okay. All right. Tom Shia.
Verse 5. And they brought that which Moshe commanded before the tent of meeting, and all the congregation drew near, and stood before Yahweh. And Moshe said, this is the thing which Yahweh commanded you to do, and the glory of Yahweh shall appear to you. And Moshe said to Aharon, go to the altar, and offer your sin offering, and your burnt offering, and make atonement for yourself, and for the people, and offer the offering of the people, and make atonement for them. as Yahuwah had commanded. Aharon therefore went to the altar and slaughtered the calf of the sin offering, which was for himself. And the sons of Aharon brought the blood to him, and he dipped his finger in the blood and put it upon the horns of the altar,
Right.
and poured out the blood at the bottom of the altar. But the fat, and the kidneys, and the appendage above the liver of the sin offering, he burnt upon the altar, as Yahuwah had commanded Moshe. And the flesh and the hide he burnt with fire outside the camp, and he slaughtered the burnt offering. And Aharon's sons presented to him the blood, which he sprinkled round about upon the altar. And they presented the burnt offering to him, with its pieces and the head, and he burnt them upon the altar. And he did wash the inwards and the legs, and burnt them upon the burnt offering on the altar. And he brought the people's offering, and took the goat, which was the sin offering for the people, and slaughtered it, and offered it for sin as the first. And he brought the burnt offering, and offered it according to the prescribed manner. And he brought the meal offering, and took a handful of it, and burnt it upon the altar, beside the burnt sacrifice of the morning. He also slaughtered the bullock and the ram for a sacrifice of peace offering, which was for the people. And Aharon's sons presented to him the blood, which he sprinkled on the altar round about, and the fat of the bullock and of the ram, the fat tail, and that which covers the inwards, and the kidneys, and the appendage of the liver, and they put the fat upon the breast, and he burnt the fat upon the altar. And the breast and the right shoulder Aharon waved for a wave offering before Yahuwah, as Moshe commanded. And Aharon lifted up his hands, and Aharon lifted up his hand towards the people, and blessed them, and came down from offering the sin offering, and the burnt offering, and the peace offerings. And Moshe and Aharon went into the tent of meeting, and came out, and blessed the people. And the esteem of Yahuwah appeared to all the people.
And they what?
Appeared to all the people.
Come on.
And there came a fire out from before Yahuwah, and consumed upon the altar the burnt offering and the fat.
So if you were there and you saw this, what would you say? What would you just saw some fire coming out and just consume this offering? What would your first thoughts be?
Run.
Where you running? You can't be going nowhere. Where you going?
I want y'all to remember, y'all appeared, it's not the first time you appeared to the people, or you heard his voice. You appeared to them on the mountaintop, and they said, "Don't even speak to us or we die." So it's not the first time. And they see no image. This time, it's the 8th day. He didn't require sacrifices. Now, he's starting to have sacrifices, and he's giving them this stuff. So, is it a new start to what we start over again? So he's appearing to the people again.
Okay. Anyone else? Want to respond? What would you be like?
Let me see.
You staying there at all? Just take it all in? What?
Just with ZAQEN, it's interesting. I think I kind of, received something when you said that, because if that was going to be the second sacrifice, which was the first sacrifice would be ourselves when he gave the Torah, or the words, right? So the second sacrifice would be giving what we possess. Yeah, I think I'll ask you more later about that. I like that.
Okay.
And I would, you said you asked him if he saw that, how you acted that. Well, of course, you're going to get in awe, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I wouldn't want to run, but I'll probably step back a little bit, so nothing pop on me, but it's the power. I don't know if everybody's different on how you feel about things. For me, I'll probably just be like, oh wow, you know what I'm saying? I might not say wow, I might say something else, but I'll be like, oh my goodness, I want to ask a question real quick, because I'm so glad the Most High, he is so quick to give you some type of answer when you need it. Liver. When we were reading this, and they were saying how, you offer up the inward parts and all this kind of stuff, blah, 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 blah. My children, I was just talking about this morning.
Right.
Now, I'm reading this book, I'm reading. and it's saying the fat around the liver, and da-da-da-da-da. Are we able to eat liver or not?
I would say this. We went over this last week too.
You see, and I'm so sorry I wasn't here, but now I will be.
I would say this. As Israel, as we trying to be priests to the nation, we should carry ourselves like priests of the nation. So I would say, me personally, I would not eat the kidneys or the liver or things like that, or the fat tail. I wouldn't personally, if I'm trying to be in the image of the priest, and I'm gonna be a priest to the Most High.
What y'all said about the oxtails? There's a lot of fat on oxtails.
I went into that.
So y'all had a nice time last
Yes,
year,
we did.
right?
Yes, we did. But you know, personally, like I said, I wouldn't.
Right,
But you
right.
know, some people would. Me personally, I would say don't. But you do what you want to do. That's up to you. But I would say no. There's no commandment that's saying not to eat, you know, the tail or the kidneys or nothing like that. But I know what was offered up to the Creator. And if it's offered up to the Creator, it's not for me. It's to the Creator.
When he said don't take part of the fat, it's a
It says
scripture
the
that
fat.
said don't take
Right.
part of the fat.
That's what it
Oh, so
says.
that's what the thing is, so he said not the
But,
fat, he
you
didn't
know,
say not
some-
the liver or this that.
Right, but some people would say it's fat on the tail. I mean, it's meat on the tail.
Right.
I'm not disagreeing with that. Not at all. But in here, it called it the fat tail. So when I look at it, it's the fat tail, and I wouldn't do it personally myself. Go ahead.
I'm glad you brought up the word liver, because the word liver is the same word for honor. The word liver is, when it says the liver, it says the kabod or hakabod, which is kabod, right? So liver, what liver does, which is kaf, det, and dalet, kabod, right? So what kabod does is, I don't know if you want to expand on what kabod and honor is.
Go ahead.
But kabod, what's the, basically, you know, we all understand the, by definition, what kabod is, mean weighty or honor,
Right.
and there's a paradigm to that too. But for liver, the function of the liver, the reason why it's kabod or honor is because what the liver does. The liver is function, what the function of the liver does. It does a lot of work for your body, especially when you have society out here who's alcoholics, who consume, man, so we're gonna get to the food, the dietary. So now we've got people who's consuming the food, different types of unclean foods. The liver does a lot of work to try to keep your body away from deficiencies, you know, from destroying your immune system. So that's so the word liver is kabod also. So it's weighty. It helps you stay strong.
It's the same word used for when it says respect your mother and your father. Same word there you use or kabod, which means to make heavy or weighty. Same word.
Weight,
Weight.
W-E-I-G.
Yeah, like weight, heavy, weight, make weight.
It's the heaviest organ that you have in the body.
What does it function of? Man.
So I was just a question.
Huh?
Could liver be considered, it's not lean meat, right? We should always follow like a lean diet, but is it lean? It's not lean.
Well, me, like I said, me personally, I don't consider it food. Period. Me personally, like I said, if I'm gonna hold fast to being the priest of the Most High, I'm gonna try to walk as the priest of the Most High. No entrails. None. And I'm gonna tell y'all, my mom used to cook the best liver and rice, so yeah. Believe me, that was the best. Woo! I know. Woo! Boy. Y'all the boy, like, that's for people that wasn't born in this way. Yeah. Come on.
I'm gonna answer that one. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
First I have to understand, what do you mean by the liver being lean? You know,
The same way we would, when we eat ground beef, it should be 99. It's not, there's no fat. Or like your chicken.
You'll never find beef fat.
I know, I'm just saying like chicken is lean, turkey is lean,
Mhm.
it has like a clean type of, when you cook it, it's not a lot of grease, it's not like a lot of
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, I would just, that's the question, could it be
Okay.
considered as lean?
So for the thing, liver, it is an organ, but the fabric of the tissue for liver is different from the fabric of muscle, be it your heart, just any muscle that you have in your body. So technically, those type of organs that you will eat, you don't want to eat that because your stomach doesn't process it like that. Like it would break down the muscle tissue or the tissue of the muscles, in a sense. That's just, it's a very, very, very dense, very, yeah, it's very tough. If you don't cook liver properly, those that have bad liver, it's like eating this chair.
Okay, agree.
It's very dense organ, but the property of it is supposed to purify your body. Same thing as the kidney, same thing as most of the entrails in your body. It purifies you. That's the reason why it's so sacred.
It's high in iron.
Mm-hmm.
Very,
Very high.
very high.
That's the reason why it's heavy like that.
Okay, all praises, all praises. Cause when, you know, if my mom was cooking and always watching her cooking, it was always slow. It was always slow. You couldn't just cook that thing fast. You eat some raw, some leather probably. But don't.
So back to your original question before all these talks and
Right.
got
Follow
on
me.
sales and so on and so forth. So the word that's used for our ancestors' reaction is probably the same one I would have in terms of this worshiping the Creator. Because you already know He's here, and you already know that He has appeared, kind of like what O'Kane said. So now you're seeing something occur that you can only praise and honor the Creator for. You know, you can't run because you're not running from His Creator.
Right.
You're not, I mean, you can be scared, I guess, because you see fire coming from somewhere, but at the end of the day, it's just, this is our power.
Okay.
All praise to,
And He works for you.
okay,
He's your Elohim.
okay.
He works for you and He'll work against you if you want to go that route. He is your power, your Elohim.
I see a level of maturity in the people at this second encounter.
Okay.
As far as the ownership,
Go ahead.
as far as ownership is concerned, you know you hit me out. I think that first encounter, there's a lot of immaturity, a lot of doubts, a lot of fear in the mind and in the heart of the people. That's the reason why they didn't want us. In a sense, human contact was feared at that moment in time. This second encounter, they have more of an ownership to it now. It's like, Cain, this is my creator. This is what I'm willing to commit my life to, in a sense. That's why there's no real fear behind the thoughts of the people at that moment in time.
Okay. You more want to explain on it?
If you want to talk more about it, a lot. Alright, we good.
Okay. Tell me,
Sefer, YAHZAKAR, commonly called the book of Leviticus. Peker Tesah, chapter 9. Pasuk, or verse 24. And there came a fire out from before Yahweh, and consumed upon the altar the burnt offering and the fat, which, when all the people saw, they shouted and fell on their faces.
Hey, come on, hallelujah. They understand. They starting to understand. Like the Hakeem said, they're maturing into this walk. They kind of understanding a certain matter. Come on.
And Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aharon, took each of them his censer, and put fire in it, and put incense on it, and offered strange fire before Yahweh, which he commanded them not. And the fire went out from Yahweh, and devoured them, and they died before Yahweh. Then Moshe said to Aharon, this is it, that which Yahweh spoke, saying, I will be sanctified in them that come near me.
Okay, hallelujah. What y'all think about it? What y'all think about it? That's, come on.
God's not a game. God deals with specific orders. And once it's not like we're dealing with a human being, we're dealing with the power of all powers. So understanding that, this ain't a game to where If it says 2 cups, we're gonna put a cup and a half.
That's right. You
know
gotta
what I'm
put 2
saying?
cups.
You gotta put 2 cups.
That's right.
So when y'all specifically say something, it's not a game.
Right.
So once they did what they did, opened up the strange fire, and that's a level. You win a 10 meters, you on a level, like that's a level. Like what
Right.
there's no thinking in that at all.
You just can't, like Adon was saying, it's like, you know, how quickly we forget. You know, it's a certain thing you need to do. You need to come prepared. You have to understand the commandments that's been set forth. You have to. I can go to what Yeshua said, right? 1 jot or 1 tittle. If you miss 1 tittle, it may cost you your life. One thing out of order, or what you're subscribing to, what you think it should be, may cost you your life.
Okay.
I learned all fire is not the same. They might do the same thing as far as burn,
Bang.
but they are not the same. And also, I had a question onto that was, he said strange fire. Is that word strange the same word as he used for other nations, like they're strange as well? As the stranger people?
What you say, Adon? You got it?
Yes.
You say yes?
Adon?
So what is it, Zor?
He said,
Zor?
so, here.
Hold on, let me see.
It's so.
Zor? Okay. That's interesting,
No.
Adon. Glad you brought that up. That's interesting when you saying all fire is not the same. You have different elements of fire. All of it is not the same. You got some stuff, you know, it may not burn, but it will burn. Not like certain fire. But I'm glad you brought it up. The strange is if it's the word Zor,
Yeah.
we know what the Zor is. We all know what the Zor is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All praises. Glad you brought it up.
I mean, so, what did they, what did they burn down?
Oh, you said what they burnt? What they burnt in the beginning, you said?
What was burned that was different?
Yeah, what was burnt that was different? Mm.
They put coals of fire.
The incense.
Yeah, it says incense. Well, it just says strange fire.
Right, it just says.
Incense.
It
It says put incense in and offer strange fire before Yahweh. So whatever these incense wasn't what the Most High had prescribed or what Moshe commanded them to do.
Obviously not, they died.
So obviously, it was something in their heart that they thought that they should do.
You gotta understand first the word set apart means, or what it means to Yah, or what you put it into the people. If you're gonna set me apart from something, that means you're gonna separate me from the rest of everything else. I mean, I'm not taking it like the rest of the world is giving it. I'm not actually doing the rest. I'm making a distinction between me and the rest of the world. So when they did what they did, they're saying to the people, we are doing things our way and not his way, which makes it strange fire because Yah didn't command us to do it this way. This is us doing it. When we start doing things our way and start teaching other people to do things our way, we now become the people, Elohim, and we put a separation in there between us and him. So now we're going to do it Obayu's way, or we're going to do it Yahweh. When we do it Obayu's way, Obayu become our Elohim.
Right.
If we do it Yah's way, Yah's our Elohim. So Yah said, just nip it in the bud, just knock them out the game. No, you can't do it this way. That's strange fire. It's not set apart to me. It's not what I commanded you.
Right. Okay.
So, I have 2 thoughts. Moray Block. Moray, I'm about to go on one of my,
Oh my gosh.
out there thoughts.
Come
Please
on.
excuse me. So we read chapter 9 and then we read chapter 10, right? This is a continuous story.
Right.
So, in my mind, it's going from chapter 9, which is they're celebrating. The esteem of the Creator just came out, so on and so forth. So then you go straight from there to them offering strange fire. Could they have been in a
Drunk at state?
in a mindset that was not pure, because he said that I will be sanctified for those who come near to me. So you have to be in a state mentally. So it may not have been what they altered. It could have been the mindset that they were in when they offered it.
I agree. I agree.
So, like, if we read later on, I don't know what you mean by drunken state, but he says if you come into the temple, you cannot drink before you come in. So
That's later on.
That's later on. So is that the drunken state you mean,
He just
or
talking
just
about-
like, oh, I'm happy, or?
I mean, you
They-
can be
I would say-
loose. So
Okay.
speak out, don't, but loose. Like when you get drunk, you lose. So you celebrate, so on and so forth. Hey, let's go offer this drink up. So you're not moving in a focused state.
Right. Okay, I see.
You're moving in a state where
I see you.
you're too excited.
I got you, man, I got you.
And like I say, this was a celebration. I mean, seriously celebration. This was like, yo, this is it. This is come on, this is like being the president of the United States. For real, this is a celebration. When we're presenting the priest to Aharon, the priesthood to Aharon or whatever. Now this is the highest thing in this right here, except for being kingship too. That's there too. So those are the things. This is a celebration. So sometimes you can get lost in the celebration of things.
And then when they sober up.
Yeah, I mean, they were, I would say they were sober at this time. I hope they were sober, because as we read further down, we're gonna go into that sober thing in a few. So you should be in the mindset of looking at this story and asking yourself, what do I bring? What kind of fire or strange fire I bring to Shabbat? In the midst of the Creator's word coming out. Are you offering strange fire on the Shabbat sometime? Or just any time when you're talking to your brother, are you bringing strange fire? Gotta ask yourself that. Dig deep, look at it. Tom Shea.
Verse 3. Then Moshe said to Aharon, "This is it, that which Yahweh spoke, saying, I will be sanctified in them that come near me, and before all the people I will be glorified."
The Most High said He's going to be glorified amongst the people. You just ain't going to outshine me. You can't outshine the Most High. You give all honor and due to the Creator. Whatever comes forth, that was the Creator. Because sometimes we'll give it, yeah, but I did, that's me. Yeah, I did that. No, sometimes you got to give that to the Creator. You just can't just boast yourself, be glorified in the people. You know what I'm saying? You can't be doing that. Actually, we can go to what happened to Moshe when he struck the rock, right?
Right.
Same thing.
Right.
You can't move like that. Give it back to the Creator. We know where it comes from. We as a people already know it. We got to give it back to the Creator.
Well, what we just read just told you what was a strange fire. What he said, he told you, but it's not what he told him to do. He told him to do something other. It's like, go back to Moshe. Moshe done something other than speak to the rock. They done something other than what the Most High told them to do. So it's something physical that they did that says the esteem falls on me
On them.
and now on the Most High. So,
But we don't read that they were commanded to offer up anything.
Right. So they just did it on their accord.
For those who watch movies and things like that, like, so, like when there was a boss and he's talking, and then one of the people that's under them, they might slip up and say something that the boss is like, what you, and they get dealt with like right there.
Right.
Understand. They get comfortable.
Yeah.
And when you get comfortable with the Most High, it's like you're not giving him esteem. So it's like if you were to go up there and you just didn't really care about going up there, but you were told to teach, so I'm just gonna go up there. it's the same thing. You're not holding the Creator at a high enough state to where you're calming yourself to the weight of what you're about to hold.
Okay.
Which will get you dealt with.
Will get you dealt with. And can't, exactly. That's why I don't take it light when I'm up here teaching. And nobody else that step on what Star says, step on this beamer, don't take it light. Because it can be taken away from you just like that. Quickly. You know, this is remind me. When somebody came in my car and took my books, right? The first thing I thought about, man, is the Most High taking this from me. That's the first thing I thought about. But then I had to think, I said, no, hold on. I got other books at the house. So I'm like, I hope they still there when I get there. That's the first thing I thought about. Then I got to thinking, I was like, no, hold on. Can't be this. But guess what? 2 weeks after that, he gets me a brand new book, right? The next week after that, guess who's teaching Torah?
You.
For the second week in a row, I'm teaching Torah. So when I looked at it, I said, hold up, what is he saying to me? I says, you don't need your books. You can get up here and do this, and you gonna put you just knew my book got took it. But I know you can get up here and do Torah. I know this. And I'm gonna put you in the situation and watch you work it out. Just gonna have you work it out. All things, because they stole the book, don't mean it was a bad situation. But somehow he ended up putting me up on what they would call the beamer and started teaching Torah. And I think I talked to Moray Malak about this some months ago. He told me, oh, it's okay, yeah, you can teach Torah. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I can't. I can give a lesson, but teach Torah? Man, that's heavy. Because when you teach Torah, it's a different level, a different situation when you just give them a lesson. Torah is Torah. I don't know what else I can say about it, but Torah is Torah. And you have to be right and exact. Okay? Talk shit.
Gotta make the right measurements. Exactly.
Okay.
And Aharon held his peace. And Moshe called Mishael.
Hold on. After this, his sons just got burnt, right?
First two.
Consumed with the fire. And he did what?
He held his peace.
How many of y'all can do that?
That's serious. 2 of his sons.
Huh? You been inaugurated for a position. And you just saw 2 of your children die.
First two,
Firstborns. Gone. What you do? How do you react? That's what people do. Exactly. So don't nobody raise sugarcoat, y'all gonna be just like that. You're gonna be hysterical. So sometimes you have to be in a mindset when you're dealing with the Creator and say, this thing has to go on. Keep reading it on, because I'm going to show you what Moshe do. Hold on. I know y'all want to get into this. Come on.
Verse 4. Moshe called Mishael and Elsaphan, the sons of Uziel, the uncle of Aharon, and said to them, come near. Carry your brethren from before the sanctuary out of the camp.
Come on.
So they went near and carried them in their coats out of the camp. And as Moshe had said, and Moshe said to Aharon and to Eleazar and to Itamar, his sons, let the hair of your heads not grow long,
Right.
neither rend your clothes, lest you die, and lest anger come upon all the people. But let your brethren, the whole house of Israel, bewail the burning which Yahweh has kindled.
Moshe just told him, it's like, no, let the children grieve for you. Because Moshe understands it's a process that needs to still go on. This has to happen. I don't care what happened. I don't care who died. It still has to go forward. This situation is that important that they have to continue to get this service done. sis, I know you want to see. Boy, come on.
What I was gonna say is two things. First thing is I saw this thing and it's like Torah, the book of Torah. It's like scribbled all over it. But that's what your emotions does to Torah. So when you can't control your emotions, you can never do what Yah has called you to do. Your focus has to always be single-minded on what Yah is saying. I feel like sometimes when we're doing something that's big for Yah, the enemy or the adversary will bring something to take your focus off. So in that moment, he's like, stay focused, this is what we're doing. I understand what you saw, but we gotta keep doing. It can't stop here, it has to keep going.
It has to keep going in this situation. Can't nobody stop you from keeping Torah but you. But you. Only you can stop keeping Torah. Ain't nobody got no gun to your head. Ain't nobody doing nothing to you. You the one decide to stop Torah or stop doing something where something or grief will come upon you. Because we're quick to, we'll grieve and we'll forget all about the Torah. We'll forget all about it. I know how we do it. That's what we'll do.
To me, this reads like this: ripping their clothes and stuff of that nature. What they did when somebody died, you know,
Right.
sorrowful that they died. He's saying, don't be sorry for them. That's what he's saying. Don't be sorry for them. And then he goes down and he said, and I know if you think about it, you know, my son just died and my brother died and I feel sad about it. But he said, don't let the people even see it. And then he goes down and says, let Israel bewail the burning which Yahweh has kindled. So it's not the burning of the people, but it's to me it's like this burning that he's talking about is a fire that came out against Israel that you bewailing because of what they did. That's what you bewailing, not the death of the people. Because he don't want you to be dead because they did something that he thought was detestable to him.
I'm gonna say too that you gotta remember too, the reason why I feel that Aaron was probably able to hold himself a little bit was because once you know that Yah driven, like you see the works of the Creator, like the work, like how they seeing it, you really gotta understand the situation. Like, okay, my two sons died, but this is the Creator right here. Like I see the work of the Creator. So, I mean, we'll be emotional, but you gotta understand the state too, because this is the Creator. It's not like somebody who they thought it was real, or you think you seen the fire come down, you seen the whole motion happens. You understand what I'm saying? So for him to not to cry, it probably was a little more. You could do it a little bit more, understanding that area. Like, okay, I can't cry because my sons did something that wasn't right. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure we all want to live.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure Aaron wanted to live still, even though his sons passed away. So he had to keep that in mind too. Like, you know what? I feel you, Moses. I can't be, no man, my kids in it. You in the sanctuary, like, you understand what I'm saying? And for them to carry the people out and the people be well, that's for them too to see. That's their example. Like, you know what? We can't play around with the Creator because the same thing that happened to us. So that be real. I felt like.
And to reiterate what he was saying, when your child does something at school and you get called down to school and your child told you, well, the teacher just doesn't like me. That's always what it is. The teacher doesn't like them and gets them into trouble. So when you go down there and you find out maybe the teacher likes him or not, but he did something. And this is going to be the discipline for what he did. And justice is metered out to this child. You're not going to stand there and mourn. You're going to tell the child, you shouldn't have done what you did. This is the punishment you have to take for what you did. So, of course, he would have been in pain for the loss of his two sons because they were important to him. They were important to him. But after he just saw justice metered out, how can he be angry with the judge who created them when they did what they did?
I think he was in a state of shock that would have not let him cry out. Like, I still can't believe this. Like, I'm speechless.
Right. He was silent. He didn't know what to do. I believe that he was like, man, me personally, I would have been like, man, this just happened. But I know it's a certain duty and a certain call that I must perform, and it still has to go on. Just-
I'm just thinking like, I guess when it happened right then and there, it probably was just like, just thinking about the creator, right? So if every time we did something wrong and he took us out, every time we did something wrong, right? Everybody would get their act together. You wouldn't even want to cry or do anything. You're scared he might just get you too for crying or, you know, so it's kind of like you don't know what to do because you might go next, right?
It has to go out. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he probably was scared
You
too.
not cry.
I ain't gonna say he won't.
Okay, so it doesn't say that he immediately held his peace.
Right.
So, but it says that then Moshe said to Aaron right after this happened, this is what the Creator said, I will become sanctified before them, so on and so forth. And then Aaron held his peace. But the word for held his peace is like, he grew dumb. So like, at that point when the Creator told him like, this is what I did, then he couldn't say anything. But before then, I believe, based on how it was written, that he did have some type of reaction. It's just, it had to be stopped because this is what the Creator said.
Right.
So then, and to be well is to complain.
Right.
So he was like, look,
Let them do that. That's right.
Yeah, you let them complain.
That's right.
I told you this is what's gonna happen.
Right.
This is what you need to do.
Right. Because it's an instruction that he has to follow. Israel, he has them complain about it or be well about it or do whatever. But what I will say too, sometimes you gotta know who you're dealing with. And I don't know if, I'm not gonna say he didn't know. It's to a degree once you start understanding a certain thing. Let me, 30, let's start at,
Sefer Tehillim, commonly called the Book of Psalms,
go ahead, start at verse 1.
chapter 30, verse 1.
Tehillim, 31. Let's see what the song says. 31. You're just going to start at verse 1. It's at the bottom. We're going to go ahead and read that.
Mizmor Chanukah Habit La David. A song at the dedication of the house of David. I will extol you. I will extol you,
Right.
O Yahweh, for you have lifted me up and have not made my foes to rejoice over me. O Yahweh, my Elohim, I cried to you, and you have healed me. O Yahweh, you have brought up my soul from Sheol. You have kept me alive, that I should not go down to the pit. Sing to Yahweh, O his righteous ones, and give thanks to his set-apart name. For his anger endures but a moment.
Okay.
In his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And in my prosperity, I said, I shall never be moved. Yahweh, by your favor, you have made my mountain to stand strong. You did hide your face, and I was affrighted. I cried to you, O Yahweh, and to Yahweh I made my supplication. What profit is there in my blood when I go down to the pit?
Right.
Shall dust praise you? Shall it declare your truth? Hear, O Yahweh, and be gracious to me. Yahweh, be you my helper. You have turned for me my mourning into dancing.
See, the song's saying, yo, turn my mourning into dancing. Keep going on, I think it says about shouting too. Keep going.
You have loosed my sackcloth.
Right, that's what we would put on if we was going through a certain thing, right? Come on.
And girded me with gladness. To the end that my glory may sing praise to you. And not be silent.
Keep going.
O Yahweh, my Elohim, I will give thanks to you forever.
So in your shortcomings or your depression or whatever you're going through, yo, get up and dance. Praise the Creator for just going through it because you're learning something. When things going good, you really need to be doing some backflips. Something, if you could do backflips. If you're going through a situation like Aharon going through, 2 of his sons passed away, yo, give thanks to the Creator. Dance to the Creator. Shout to the Creator. You are the Elohim of my forefathers. Shout that thing out. Don't sit around in your loneliness or your sorrow. You can't be doing that. Yo, give it back to the Creator. The Creator take care of all things. He the one brings you out of the things. Am I not right? He brings you out. He controls what goes on. Right? Give praises to the Creator, y'all. Come shoot Leviticus Arsh.
But no, it kind of seemed like he was almost like he's challenging the Creator. When he
Who's that?
Just
In the songs?
Yeah, it's almost like he's like.
Well, he already know the Most High. Most High has his favor. He already knows the Most High. Especially Dawid. Dawid know. The Most High say he's man after my own heart. Of course he knows Dawid's heart.
It's like he's bold. Like, what prophet is Jesus, if I'm gone? Like,
You supposed to boast your Elohim. Who don't boast their Elohim in here? You need to boast your Elohim wherever you go. You supposed to wear Elohim on your shirt sleeve. Whatever goes on, that's what it's supposed to be. He my Elohim. I don't know about you or what you do. The Elohim of Israel is my Elohim. And his name is Yahweh or Yahuwah or Yahweh. However you want to say it. The Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, hallelujah. Iman.
What I wanted to address what Sister Capricia was saying. When you have a certain relationship, we don't talk to everybody the same. And you talk to your coworkers a certain way. You have different coworkers. You talk to them differently. When you go to your parents, you talk to them differently. So at this point, when he's talking to his Creator, and they have a personal relationship.
Come on, Iman.
And when you have this person already knows how you feel.
Come on.
So you can talk to them any way that's respectful.
Come on. Come on.
Because that's the relationship you have. But you can't talk to everybody that way. But they had that relationship. So he could talk to him that way.
Read that too. Read that song. Read that song right.
The Sefer Tehillim, or commonly called the Book of Psalms, chapter 39, verse 10. 39, verse 10. It was written, I am dumb. I open not my mouth because you have done it.
Okay. Most High do these things. If he's sitting there silent, maybe because the Most High made him be silent. Okay? Let's continue. Oh shoot. Back in Leviticus. Chapter 7, verse 7.
Verse 7. Verse 7. And you shall not go out from the door of the tent of meeting, lest you die. For the anointing oil of Yahweh is upon you.
What?
Is upon you.
Come on.
And they did, according to the word of Moshe.
So, I'm pretty sure he was about to ready to go after his sons. After that statement right there. It's like, you go out here, you gonna die. No, you can't go. Yo, we got a service to do and we need to get it done. We'll do that later. It's time to get this in. Let's get it in. Let's do it. This is our whole thing. We got to get this done first and foremost.
I got a question just for everybody. You think Moshe kind of severed his relationship with his nephews? Like he didn't really care too much, in a sense?
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say he understood the magnitude of the situation that's going on. I'm not saying that Moshe didn't care. He probably did, but it's something greater that needs to be done at this certain time. And it ain't that. You talking about two people getting consumed by fire, right? Versus a whole nation of people that could be consumed at any time. If this don't get done.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say he didn't have compassion for his nephew. Probably did. He probably felt the same way. But he understood, Moshe understood the magnitude of this situation and what needs to go forward because it has to be done.
What you gotta understand is how Moshe came along. He was prepared for all of these situations, even for this. We have an understanding that my sister had a son. I'm close to my sister. I helped raise it, and they're all close to me. Moshe wasn't raised like that. Moshe was raised in Pharaoh's house, away from his family. And then he went and he left for 40 years and came back. And then he had the children of Israel. He's not invested into his family, but like I said, he was prepared for all of this that come along. So he didn't have those close emotional ties that we would have had.
And I would also add, Kate, he didn't. Well, we don't know that aspect. So altogether. However, I would say that when it comes to certain jobs, you have to have a focus. So like, I never been in the military, but for all those who are in the military, you may be beside your boy or whatever, and he get killed. And you lose focus because of that, and now
You're next.
you're next. And
Right.
if you're the leader, then everybody in your platoon is going. So you have to. There are certain positions, especially with dealing with the Most High, LL Young, that you can't. It's like you have to stay focused. You have to stay focused. You can read where prophets had their wife killed. Well, the Creator took their wife. Ezekiel. The Creator said, Ezekiel, do not mourn for your wife, but I'm about to take her. And he couldn't do nothing.
Can't do that. What you gonna do?
What could you do?
You have to stay focused on what the Creator is telling you to do, regardless of family, regardless of your emotions, regardless of the situation, regardless of whatever you have to go through. You have to stay focused because he put you in that position for a reason. So I would say that Moshe and the Lord, you would accept the call, but he's the one who calls. So if you say yes to when he calls you, then it is what it is. I'm not gonna say he's not gonna say that with tears in his eyes, like, oh, wrong, don't do that. But at the end of the day, don't do that.
All praise. Tom Shiaki.
Verse 8. And Yahweh spoke to Aharon, saying, do not drink wine or strong drink, you nor your sons with you, when you enter the tent of meeting, lest you die.
Okay. Man, we're just coming out of this situation. Right? We're just coming out of this situation that, your children just been consumed, right? Gone. And let it be known, yes, we do drink wine. Our forefathers drink wine. But y'all know how we drink wine today too. Anything we go through, or we going through, guess what?
Happy, you drink.
Man,
Sad, you drink.
you moping and groping about a certain situation, and you got a cup in your hand with alcohol in it. That's what we do as a people. You see, I guarantee you I can go out here and find one right now. Walk not even a block and find one. That somebody's grieving and somebody drunk over a situation. I've been there. Anybody else want to raise their hand and say they've been there?
Believe sad and drink, or happy and drink.
Right, or happy and drink. I've been there, and I know how it is. And guess what? When you woke up in the morning, guess what? That same problem is still there. So you're drinking again. First thing in the morning. And we know what it says about somebody drinking in the morning. right? In Proverbs, right? Y'all know what that is, right?
I can go to that.
Find
script.
that
I got
for
you.
me.
Okay.
Go ahead, El.
This next verse in, I waited for this because it was, whether he was drunk or not when he did this. Y'all not gonna unjustly judge you. So, in other words, this isn't a commandment that he had given to them up until now. Now it's an issue, so don't do this now. So I can judge you now because of it. But before that, I couldn't judge you if you did this because I hadn't told you to do this or not to do this. Up until now.
Okay.
So now, so from this point here, you can be judged because of it. But before this, you couldn't because you didn't know it.
Ignorance in the law is no excuse, baby.
Right. Well,
That's not what the Most High. That's what man.
That's what y'all say.
well, it's being brought forth now.
Yes.
Well, this is the beginning of the priesthood starting to be established at this point. So it has to be brought out right now. Has to be. They don't have no choice because if you go in there, that's just like somebody coming in here or me coming in here. I didn't have something to drink. A few drinks, they ain't gonna say one drink, a few drinks, they come up here and teach you the word. No, I'm not about to do that. That's not about to happen.
But I can't.
Hold on, if I come in here, somebody about to stop me.
But I can't judge you. If you didn't know that was the issue. But since you do know it, I can judge you. But
Oh, well,
until-
right, I
that's
don't
what I'm
have
saying.
a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
That's cool.
That's all I'm saying. Right.
I'm just giving you the scenario. If I came in here and did it, somebody need to stop me. And I know better. But guess what? Alcohol don't care. You will get fully drunk. I didn't see it. I done done it. Fully drunk and get in your car and go drive home. I've been there. I've done it. I've been arrested for it.
I ain't did that.
That's what alcohol do. The liquid
Courage.
courage. That's what it does. It makes you bold. It makes you talk the truth.
Right.
That's what it does. It makes you feel good. Makes you confess. Right? This is what alcohol do, and the Most High knows what this stuff does. So you can't come in the tent meeting like that with me. That's not about to happen. You're gonna be like your sons. Don't do this.
Right.
We got to understand that.
Question. So, ritually, and this is among us, why is it when you say about to have a serious discussion or a question, you come over and say, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Before the shit, you want to sip some wine real quick? Because to kind of bring down any kind of nervousness, tension, or fear.
Right.
So when our conversation talking, just a sip is clear. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So to everybody has a responsibility how much I might be taking. So what I was thinking when you said before, I wouldn't come up here if I had 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. But would you go up there and just have a nice, responsible sip of yayin?
No.
No.
No. I'm definitely not. Just said it right there, though.
Yeah, he said no.
Right? Now, there are certain cultures, and I think the one that did it was when we were talking about the book of about when we get Purim from, right? Those people, or the Babylonians, right? They will get you drunk and deal with you and deal in a covenant with you, right? That's what they would do. Because what you say other drinking, you're going to speak the truth. Yo, I got a bunch of logs out here that I'm trying to sell you. I'm going to get you drunk. And if you really want to buy them, you're going to speak it. They're going to ask you these things because you're drunk. Right? You're going to say yes. Right? When you sober up and you still say yes, they know, oh, he real. We got him. Yeah, he want these logs. Because that's what they do. But you understand, once you drunk, you start to speak the truth. Well, that's what they say anyway. Some people still can lie. But they know how to kind of handle their stuff. But they still, you know, that's what they do. Some cultures are like that. You know, they'll get you filthy drunk to deal with you, you know, in a covenant with you. Because they know what that alcohol does to you. But you can't come into the tenor meeting with the Creator with that in your system. No. You might make a mistake. You might trip and hit the ark. You don't want to do that because the ark ain't, you don't want to touch the ark. You might trip into the holies of holies. No, you don't want to do that.
That's deep.
You can't come to the Creator like that.
I just wanted to say that the Most High is, so far up to this point, he's reacting. Well, he's reacting when it comes to making laws, right? So, in Shemini, we were dealing with the manna, right? So on the 6th day, you're supposed to stay in your house, on the so forth, Shabbat, you don't come out, right? People were coming out. So then he said, okay, you know what, now y'all gotta stay in your house. That's the law, stay in your house. So the Creator is dealing with the situation first, and then now I'm gonna set something in place to where hopefully I don't have to deal with it anymore. So I'm not saying they were drunk or whatever, but the Creator puts, it wouldn't make sense to put that particular law in the middle of Ithamar and them two dying and then finishing the rest of the service if that had nothing to do with it.
Right.
I would say that.
Right.
But the Creator is always going to react to a situation. He puts a law in place with picking up sticks. The man was picking up sticks. Okay, well now y'all got to wear fringes.
Right.
To remember not to do it.
Right.
So the Creator always puts laws in place after situations occur. With a parent, I'm not a parent yet, but for those who have children, you're going to deal with your child first, and then you're going to put a rule in place for them not to do it.
Right.
So that's the same thing that the Creator does.
Okay.
He's going to deal with you, then he's going to tell you not to do it.
Right. And it may, like you said, in your home, it may not be a law until it's a problem. Hold up. Nope. Let's stop. We ain't about to do that here. That's what it's about. What time she up here?
I found it.
What? Proverbs?
It's Isaiah 5.
Isaiah chapter 5.
Yeah, 5:11. It does say something in Proverbs too, but 5:11. It says, "Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink, that continue until night, till wine inflame them."
Right. Woe unto them. What? Hold on. Y'all ever read the book of woes that's in the book of Isaiah? It's not good. Woe unto them who rises up early to drink strong drink. Woe unto them. You gotta be careful when you're dealing with the Creator. Just can't wake up first thing in the morning and you drunk. You about to get before 12 o'clock. You drunk. I done seen it. Now I can tell you truly that didn't happen to me. I'm not about to do that. I have a little more appeal than, to be drunk first thing in the morning. Now I might have been still drunk from the following night. Yeah, I might have been that. But no, not first thing in the morning drink, nah. Nah, and I know some people that do it, and still do it, and have done it. By 11 o'clock they done it. They gone. Okay.
And Proverbs 20, it says, "Wine is a marker, strong drink is raging, and whoever is deceived thereby is not wise." That's Proverbs.
The alcohol can deceive you. Let's get it. Come on. Go ahead.
I just want to, Dawood said something important. I would say that Most High would need to react to things if we just obeyed in the first place, right? But here we go. So the reason why there was a reaction was because of disobedience. The thing was, the Most High didn't really have to set out a commandment to say, do not come into the tent of meeting, which is the second court intoxicated, or I guess I use the word intoxicated, right? And so with that, we have to understand that when you get intoxicated, like I said, it's more like when you drink, it's more like an icebreaker to kind of jump over that thing to say what you gotta say, but to a point where you don't really cross the line, a major line. Which a major line was, we all know, does anybody know who was commanded to do the incense?
Okay.
Yeah, like the
It was the kids of
You
Aaron.
said the children?
Yeah.
Aharon. It was just Aharon. You can read that in Shemot chapter 30, just Aharon. So now you gotta understand, Nadab and Abihu, if you dress, you kind of cross the line and be like, you know, sometimes when it's different when you're talking to your friends. You can cross the line and say questions. Hey, you know, remember that, you know, whatever, you know? And then, but when it comes to the holy dwellings of the Most High, and you're like, yo, I'm a priest too. I can do that.
My pops can do it, I can do it.
Right. So we already learned what Korah. Being a priest is really heavy. So my God.
Okay. Go ahead, Tom Shiaki. Let's go keep
Verse 9. And Yahweh said to Aharon, or verse 8. Yahweh spoke to Aaron, saying, do not drink wine or strong drink, you nor your sons with you, when you enter the tent of meeting, lest you die. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations, and that you may differentiate between set apart and unset apart.
So you come in and drink it, you want to set apart, right?
Differentiate between, yeah.
We got the different. I tell you what, go to Psalms 19. Let's talk about this word of the Most High. 19, 8 through 9.
19, 8 through 9.
Tehillim, or the book of Psalms.
Sefer Tehillim, commonly called the book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 9. Or you said 8 to 9, right?
8.
Verse 8.
8 to 9.
Verse 8. The Torah of Yahweh is perfect.
It's perfect.
Restoring the soul.
It restores the soul. So why are you drinking coming into the tent of meeting? Come on.
The testimony of Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple.
Making you wise. Everybody think that, drinking make you wise. Nope. Come on.
The statutes of Yahweh are right, rejoicing the heart.
Come on.
The commandment of Yahweh is pure, enlightening the eyes.
They're enlightening already. You don't need all that. You can't come into the set apart place, step over demons. You full of wine and liquor and you talking, you don't know what you talking. Okay? Come on, Tom Shiaki. Back to
verse 9. Verse 11. And between unclean and unclean, verse 11. That you may teach the children of Israel all the statutes which Yahweh has spoken to them by the hand of Moshe. And Moshe spoke to Aaron and to Eleazar and to Itamar, his sons that were left. Take the meal offering that remains of the offerings of Yahweh made by fire, and eat it without leaven, besides the altar, for it is most set apart. And you shall eat it in the set apart place, because it is your due, and your sons' due, of the sacrifices of Yahweh made by fire. For so I am commanded. And the wave breast and heave shoulders shall you eat in a clean place, you and your sons, and your daughters with you, for they are your due, and your sons' due, which are given out of the sacrifices of peace offerings of the children of Israel. The heave shoulder and the wave breast shall they bring with the offerings made by fire of the fat, to wave it for a wave offering before Yahweh. And it shall be yours, and your sons with you, as a portion forever, as Yahweh commanded. And Moshe diligently sought the goat of the sin offering, and behold, it was burnt. And he was angry with Eleazar and Itamar, the sons of Aharon, that were left alive, saying, why have you not eaten the sin offering in the set apart place, seeing it is most set apart? And Elohim has given it to you to bear the iniquity of the congregation, to make atonement for them before Yahweh.
Right.
Behold, the blood of it was not brought in within the holy place. You should indeed have eaten it in the set apart place, as I commanded. And Aharon said to Moshe, behold, this day have they offered their sin offering and their burnt offering before Yahweh. And such things have befallen me, that if I had eaten the sin offering today, should it have been accepted in the sight of Yahweh. And when Moshe heard that, he was content.
What you think about it?
Okay. You got to be in a certain state of mind to eat an offering.
Right. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm just baffled by that part.
Okay. I'll get you.
You asked the question, why does the priest have to be cleansed first and stuff like that? It all speaks to this, because when they eat the sins offering, they take on the iniquities of the people onto themselves, and then they get clean. So that's why Moshe was angry with them, because you didn't take on these iniquities unto yourself. So now I'm angry because you didn't eat these offerings that you're supposed to eat, and then you clean yourself up from it. So the priest's job had a very special function that we say we want to be priests, but you need to be careful what you ask for, because you ask to take on the sins of the people.
So, I thought you were answering the question, but that was a question?
No, I was just baffled at that.
Okay. Well, yes, you do have to be in a certain, so our role was pretty much saying, like, you want me to do my job correctly and go before the Creator, but right now, my heart's not in a position to do that. Like, I'm not completely focused on that at the moment, and I know that. So if I do this, then of course it's not going to be accepted, because I'm not fully invested into what the Creator has me doing. It's kind of like what we talked about two Shabbats ago, in terms of everything that you're seeing being done in the temple is only a symbol of the internal offerings that you're supposed to be giving. So if you are not internally unblemished, then your offering will not be accepted. Our Aaron he's given us quote unquote New Testament before the New Testament, in terms of it's the Ruach that the Creator is dealing with. He's not dealing with you just going through the motions, which is why Moshe he had to back off, because he knew that was correct.
And also, I will say this: if anybody's going through anything like that, you're not eating. You're barely sleeping. You may not eat. You may not eat for a week. Depends on how bad it grieves you, or what state of mind you're in. Something like that. I mean, I can't. I don't know how that feels.
Okay.
Go ahead, Adol.
Aharon actually tells Moshe that he did keep the office.
He had to. You say he had to tell him that?
No, he does tell him that he did.
He told them that they have to eat it.
No. So Moshe asked the question.
Aharon ate the son's name.
Aharon said that he did consume the offering.
Right.
He never said that he did.
Okay. Okay.
Where does it say that at? It said, if I had eaten it, would it have been accepted?
Look at verse 19 in Hebrew. It doesn't say that. It says that he ate it.
I want to say you're gonna have to go into the language, and it says it totally different than what is translated. You know, it's like saying that we did eat it, but was it really accepted?
Yeah, go to verse 19 in Hebrew, and it says OT, Ka'ale, or Kulti. It says that he did consume the offering. It doesn't say that he didn't.
Okay. We got that? That's why I'm telling you, man. That's why it's kind of real important to learn your language.
So like, it's actually in English. why Moshe approves and he doesn't give him any discourse back, because he says that they. So remember, in the verb paradigm, anything to teach is me. So occulti, it means that I eat. It didn't say lo occulti. It didn't say that.
Okay, total rebuttal, Maureen, for expounding on that one. Okay, y'all, everybody good? That's why, like I said, it's important to start understanding your language, because they can put anything in it. You got to get into this language. I'm telling y'all, if you want to or you're not, so you can get the understanding. You got to realize when people put certain things in a book, let's say the King James book, he's pushing the doctrine. He's pushing what you want, what he wants you to hear. I can show you plenty of places that ain't translated right. You look at it like, hold up, that's not even translated right. What are you trying to do, or what are you trying to say? You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's why it's key for us to start understanding our language. It starts. It's our language. Let's start getting it. Okay? Everybody in agreement? All right, okay. Tom Sheep. Oh, we about to get it in there. Come on.
Chapter 11, verse 1.
Yes, indeed. Let's go.
And Yahweh spoke to Moshe and to Aaron, saying to them, speak to the children of Israel, saying,
right.
These are the beasts which you shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth.
Right.
Whatever parts the hoof,
okay,
and is cloven-footed,
okay,
and chews the cud.
Right.
Among the beasts that shall you eat.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, these shall you not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof. The camel.
Right.
Because he chews the cud, but does not part the hoof.
Right.
He is unclean to you.
Mm-hmm.
And the coney, because he chews the cud, but does not part the hoof. He is unclean to you. And the hare, because he chews the cud, but does not part the hoof, he is unclean to you.
Right.
And the swine. Though he divide the hoof.
Divide. They try to throw a trickery in there. Come on.
Even though he divide the hoof, and be cloven-footed,
right,
yet he chews not the cud.
Right. He is what?
He is He is unclean to you.
Hallelujah. That's why we don't eat pork. I'm going to tell you again why we don't eat it. We don't eat it. Simple, plain as that. But guess what? We live in a society that they will push it. They will put it in any and everything. You may not know it's in there. They don't put it on no labels or nothing. It takes research. Research. And guess what? With your research, you still can be wrong. Still can put pork in something. Guaranteed. Watch what you... I'm going to tell you like somebody told me. It's safe just to eat at home. But then, once you at home, you got to go to the store and buy. But you don't know what you buy. That is safe to grow your own food. Have your own stuff. That's the way it's got to be. But we're not there yet, people. And I can say that honestly, we're not there yet. We've tried. We'll go out there in the backyard, put a garden up.
But the climate's on the zinc. It's hard to do that.
No, it ain't hard out. You just got to put in more work. You got to put in work and time. Especially when you're dealing with a garden. Takes time.
You're also in time being because of the climate.
Or the timing. But it takes time. You just can't plant your garden at the right time. You come home every day and just look, oh, they're growing. They're just gone. You come back the next, oh yeah, they getting bigger. Come back the next day, oh yeah, they good. You come back the next day, guess what? They done died or something, ain't it? You got to take time. You got to be involved in a garden. It takes time. You got to get down there on the knees. Right? Got to. Now this pork, stay away from it. Keep it off, keep it out your premises, whatever it may be. I don't care who it is. You get invited to dinner or what have you. Just let everybody know, yo, I do not eat pork.
I'm fasting.
Let me know what's in something.
I'm on the water fast.
This was interesting. In red 40, they said that fat is found in the ones that are the gelatin-like. There's two different
Okay.
kinds. So anything that's like fruity gelatin and red 40.
That's right. That's right. Them gummy bears. Yeah. Them marshmallows. Yeah. And some of your candies, you better watch it. It's in there. Anything with that gelatin in it, yeah. Counsel it to be pork. Believe it's pork. Just take it for granted. Yeah, that's pork.
Even it says kosher gelatin?
Now, I would say it more likely it may not be, you know.
Still got it.
But I would check.
Everything ain't kosher,
Because
stay kosher.
I will ask you this, sis. Did you make that gelatin?
No.
Right? That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
We don't know. Be careful what you consume. Because what you consume, you can become part of. They say a pig ain't nasty. Show me one. Unless you taking care of him and you bathing him and you feeding him, that might be clean. But if you let that joker out, he do what he do. He gets it in. He rough.
His insides are unclean. It's the way he digests his food.
Right.
That's what makes him unclean.
Right. He makes him unclean. And plus, he eats everything.
He cleans the earth. That's right.
That's his job. That's what he does. We can't help what he do. But that's what he do. What he do is good. But it ain't good for me to eat. Right? It ain't good for none of us to eat. When it comes down, we're going to read shrimp, crab, lobsters too. Them jokers too. Yeah, all of them. Mussels, whatever. Yeah, them things there. We don't deal with it. We don't need to eat it. Because the Most High already gave us a dietary plan. This is what we do. But we got to be careful when we going out to certain restaurants. We got to be careful what they do. Because a lot of us still eat out. Do y'all not? Right. Mr. Hardy's. Right? Yeah, right?
Killing them hard.
Yeah. You better watch it, bro. You better watch it.
I don't eat Hardee's anymore.
Okay, you changed.
Yeah,
All right, y'all. Thank you. This guy here, man. This guy here. But anyway, let's start paying attention to what we eat and where we eat. Start paying attention to what they do. You know, they'll take some tongues and pick up some shrimp and touch your steak.
True.
With the same tongues. So you gotta be careful in certain places. Certain places, they don't care. They care less.
Sal's Pizza, no
They
pork.
good. They're good. You
They're
can
Muslim. They're all Muslim, no
That's
pork.
right. Sal's.
That's what they,
Muslims, no
It's
pork.
all
It's
no pork.
none of it.
yeah, no pork, but they might just throw some darn old shrimp up there.
Shrimp?
No.
Because they eat shrimp.
Not the one that don't have.
When you show up there,
I
I'm
scanned
telling you.
I'm gonna have to go and check.
Virginia Beach too. I can show you right there.
I'm gonna have to go check.
I look for they say that us look at his boxes. I talked to him. He said, "Whole sister, cause they Muslim." And he went in the back and got the box to show me. Even they pepperoni, all of that.
That's all beef.
And even the ham is turkey ham. They say ham for those people who don't, they have no pork in there. They don't
Right.
believe in that.
Okay. I don't have a problem with that.
Are you have to be aware of what type of Muslim you're talking to? Because Muslims are supposed to carry the same dietary on that we do. Now, some don't carry the same dietary on they eat pork and they eat shrimp. But Muslims are supposed, based on the Quran, they are supposed to take on the same law that we are supposed to have.
Some of them don't go by that because they also
Right.
believe if you're hungry, if you don't have any kosher food around you, it's okay to eat. Yeah, I've heard them say that, and I'm like, what? But I'm talking about, well, I'm not going to speak on these particular Muslims that I met at this store that I know the owners and what they, you know, and they let you see all of that. They have it where it's open where you can see what they're doing back there. So I'm just speaking on them, because it's very hard for us to find a place that we can go eat at and feel comfortable. That's the only one I found.
He saw me with a kufi on, that's why he went extra mile to say, my brother, no, we don't do that here. Not in here.
Right.
And I was like, oh, thank you for letting me know, 'cause I didn't even ask.
Right.
Yeah,
Guess
just
what?
let you know.
I would say this. If they ain't Israel, I'm still watching. Okay. Because we already know what we about to do. You ain't coming to my house and I'm going to feed you pork. You ain't coming to my house and if I'm going to feed you some shrimp, crab, I'm not going to do that.
That's right.
Yo, when I invite you to my house, guess what? You better believe ain't no pork.
That's right.
Nowhere in the vicinity.
Lamb kebab.
Now, the closest pork is in the next door neighbor's refrigerator. It ain't in mine.
That's right.
Believe?
Believe.
That's how I roll. I'm not gonna feed my brothers, and I know it's against the Torah. I done had people tell me, you think Jehovah's Witnesses tell me, you think the Most High is gonna kill you for eating pork? And I'm gonna tell you, this happened when I first came into my walk. Probably within 2 months. And I couldn't answer. Right? I was like, no, I said, yeah, it'll kill you. I just said, because I didn't know. Yeah, it'll kill you. It says it right here in Leviticus. Yo, don't eat it. That's it. Anything transgression of the law, you get choked, right? So 6 months later, I found somewhere. Yes, Yahoo. Let's go with chapter 65 first.
65.
Yes, Yahoo, 65. Let's start at just verse 1, matter of fact. And we're going to read down to verse 5. Yes, Yahoo. This is just for y'all, you know I like to precept certain things, so keep everybody in the precepts a little bit.
Sefer Yeshayahu, commonly called the book of Isaiah, Perek 65, chapter 65, Pasuk Ekad,
Just start
verse
at
1.
Right.
I was ready to be sought by those who did not ask for me. I was ready to be found by those who did not seek me. I said, Hineni, here I am. Hineni, here I am, to a nation that was not called by my name. I have spread out my hands all the day to a rebellious people,
Okay.
which walks in a way that was not told,
Right.
after their own thoughts.
After their own thoughts. Come on.
A people that provoke me to anger continually, to my face, that sacrifice in gardens, and burn incense upon altars of brick, that sit on the graves,
Right.
and spend the night in vaults,
Oh, come on.
that eat swine's
That do
flesh,
what?
swine's flesh,
Come on.
and broth of abominable things.
The broth of abominable thing, that means a mixture. Just like, you from Louisiana, what's that thing called?
Gumbo.
That gumbo. Come on, that gumbo. Come on. Come on. That gumbo right there. Come on.
A broth of abominable things is in their vessels that say, stand by yourself.
Come on.
Come not near to me.
Right.
For I'm holier than you.
Yeah, I'm holier than you. And I'm eating all this stuff. Come on.
These are a smoke in my nose.
Hallelujah. This is the Creator talking to these people, right? Oh, you doing all this thing and you saying, hey, I'm holier than that. Maybe you haven't read the Torah. What the Torah says. The Most High said, yo, they in here eating this stuff, the broth, the gumbo, they getting down. They throw the, tell me from line, elder. They'll take that gumbo, right, all mixed up, and they'll slide it on the table on a piece of paper, right down the middle of the table. That's what they do.
Slide on a piece of paper.
Piece of paper laid out on a table, and they just take it right out the page. Slide it all the way down. Crab, shrimp, lobster, what's them little things called? Crawfish, all of it. Right there in one mix. You just sit back and you have feast.
Roaches.
What else that?
Come on. Oh, they do that stuff in Louisiana. We do gumbo. So,
If you go to Jamaica, they call it all in. So they cook the roux, they cook it like a gravy, they got all that stuff in it.
all in it.
Same
Come on.
portion, same portion.
All right, let's stay on the same topic. Let's stay on the same topic because they say that the Most High will not kill you for eating swine's flesh. Let's find out. 66, bro.
Oh,
You gotta go back.
66, Isaiah chapter 66.
Isaiah 66.
And we're gonna start at 14.
14. Sefer Yeshayahu, come and call the book of Isaiah, Perek chapter 66, Pasuk, verse 14.
Come on. Start off with it. Come on.
And when you see this, your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like grass.
Right.
And the hand of Yahweh shall be known toward his servants, and his indignation toward his enemies.
Come on. Who are the enemies of the Most High?
People who don't
Okay, come on. Let's go.
For behold, Yahweh will come with fire.
He's coming with fire.
And with his chariots like a storm. To render his anger with fury.
That's right.
And his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire will Yahweh execute judgment, and with his sword upon all flesh.
Right.
And the slain of Yahweh shall be many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves
holier than thou
in the gardens behind one in the midst eating swine's flesh.
Come on.
And the detestable thing and the mouse shall perish together.
They will be wiped out together.
Gumbo.
Did that not say that? Eating gumbo will get you whoop, right on up out of here. All that. Why don't you take you right on out. Let that day come upon you. You gumbo it. Right? You out. See you later. That's why we stay away from certain things. Stay away from certain things, man. I would say this. Me, personally, I'm allergic to seafood. I don't eat no seafood. Not even fish. Nothing out that water I consume. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
But somebody told me, oh, you don't know what you're missing. Yes, I do know what I'm missing. I know exactly what I'm missing. Because I'm allergic to it, I might find myself in the hospital. No, I know what I'm missing. Do you know what you're missing? Or what you're not missing? Keep the Torah on the crib. Leave that pork alone. Tell your parents to leave it alone. Tell your brothers to leave it alone, but they probably won't. Hey, brother, you tell them to, you can keep telling them and keep telling them. Man, I'm going to tell you, our people do not like instructions. I mean, we've been there. I've been there. Somebody told me not to eat pork a long time ago. You got to be losing your mind. Till the Most High said, hold up, no. What you need to do is get your mind right. Read this. Oh. Whoa, okay. Hey, I used to buy sausages all the time. No, I ain't buy Jimmy. Bro, I want that rich. I ain't had that much money. I had to buy the Walmart bread. In the bag. Them the ones I had, already prepared. You got to do but warm it up. Throw it in the microwave. You be good. No, ain't no. Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. Ain't nah. Come on. Tell them Shiaki. Back to Leviticus.
Verse 8.
Come on. Let's get some more.
Of their flesh shall you not eat.
That's right.
And their carcass shall you not touch.
Don't even touch the carcass.
They are unclean to you.
They are unclean to you. Let me expound on something else. When we're talking about the swine or the pig, they are designed. They have something in them. Actually, all of us have something in us to make us eat certain things. So we have to be careful of what we eat. The pig have these, let me see, I'm gonna call them, I guess I would say nanoids. Everybody know what a nanoid is? You know what a nanoid is? They supposed to be little microscopic things that when they all get together, they just consume, right? They have these little things in them to make them say, no, I want this instead of this. Now, they will eat. They will eat potatoes, stuff like that, greens. They will eat vegetables. But put a rotten fish beside these greens, freshly picked, and a rotten fish right here. Guess which one the pig gonna eat? He's gonna eat that rotten fish because his nanoids inside of him gonna say, no, this is what we eat. All of us have these things. You can test it out on yourself. Test yourself. When you get a plate of food, what you go to first?
The meat.
Right, because in your nanoids or that what controls you says, I have to eat the meat first.
So do you believe when they say people you're supposed to eat according to your blood type because there's certain things according to your blood type that you attract?
And that's true because those are your nanoids. Those are your nanoids that's in you, what I would call nanoids. But those are these things in you that says that attracts you to that, right? I'm attracted to cookies. I will eat cookies before I eat dinner. So, if they're available, I go and get a cookie right before dinner time. But those what I'm attracted to. And why I'm attracted to it because that's what I've been eating all the time. So whatever you're used to eating, it controls you. Right? It controls you all the time. So when you get a plate of food, test yourself. Do you go to the meat first? Or do you go to the vegetable first? Or do you eat your bread first?
It depends on the meal.
Right, because you're attracted to certain things. Depends on what it is. And you're going to attract yourself to these things. But that's what a pig does. He knows he's supposed to eat this rotten stuff. He'll eat some fresh vegetables if that's all he got to eat, yeah. Because that's what he's going to survive. But put that rotten fish side by side, they're going to eat it. Matter of fact, they might fight over the fish. They'll kill each other over the fish. And leave that potato stuff right on alone. Because that's how they design. That's what they do.
Sorry. You're talking about design, so it's kind of like how he says that we can only eat certain animals that eat the cud. And I don't know if people know like what the cud is or how that happens. But it's like it goes down to like 3 stomachs before it comes back up, stomach up. So it's like this breaking down process. And if you're talking about the pig, who doesn't really break down things, instead it just kind of filters it out. It's kind of like, so you're just it's like eating the liver basically. You're filtering out into your body, but your body can't break it down. The purpose of eating the things that breaks down the cud is that it's already broken down to where we can consume it and be okay, because we don't have that 3 stomach process. So it's kind of weird when people eat pork and they don't see that or just even think about that.
No, because they're used to eating that. Now, guess what? Their nanoids or their thinking attracts them to the pork. That's what they want. I know people that will choose pork over anything. They will choose pork over some chicken.
They get an attitude about it.
They get mad. Right?
Because
They
the
get
pig
mad.
gets mad. You don't get the junk food.
I smell pork anywhere.
Because it smells good.
It smells wonderful.
No.
Because you're used
When
to
they
it.
cook the bacons and stuff. when I
Right.
was in the house,
Because that's
I would
in
not
you.
touch it, but the smell in the morning.
Because it's in you.
The old meat was like.
Exactly. You like,
I would not.
But somebody that did not grow up eating bacon or smelling bacon, they be like, man, what is that? Because they're not used to it. That's not them.
Right.
I would like to
If anybody who's still dealing with the struggles of pork consumption,
Oh,
I would say definitely take a trip to my small town of Smithfield,
Oh,
Virginia.
indeed.
That packing plant.
You will never eat pork again.
You know, like,
Yes.
so Smithfield packing plant is where they process pork. It smells, you wouldn't believe how awful it smells right there. It's a neighborhood right there. And it just so happens the highest amount of cancer and other, illnesses come from the individuals who live right behind that packing
It
plant.
smells like feces all day.
All day long.
In their house.
Okay. Actually, I had my brother used to work there, my sister used to work there, and my one of my cousins used to work there. Actually, he used to be the manager there. Yeah. And he would tell you,
You come home,
do
you
not eat them hot dogs. They'll tell you quick. No, don't eat them.
Then they got a river with the stuff in the water that's behind it. That's
Yeah.
sitting there.
That was the river's contaminated.
But that was pork guts.
Yeah, it's filthy. It's
That
filthy.
whole area.
Okay.
Come on,
So,
point.
come on. Let's get it. Oh, hold on. Chris, in the back.
This is a little short. Just want to say, y'all know I was born knowing my culture, so I never had the pork. You know?
Right.
What's going to happen is for those who have eaten pork and you don't do it anymore, you'll be able to tell the difference. When you walk in someone's house, in a room, anywhere, you know right at the door that somebody can swine at you.
That's
and I've
right.
done that. And forget it.
From
You know,
yesterday.
it's not swine. It's not called swine.
It is.
Excuse me. That's what I call it, swine. You can walk in and you can tell. And let me tell you, when it really gets bad is when you walk in and your stomach will hurt. Your body lets you know this is around.
Right.
So you'll get to that level if you're really not doing it. Okay? But even the smell will make your body churn.
Right. Now, when we're talking, I like what you said, sis. I'm gonna stop calling it pork. I'm gonna just start calling it swine. 'Cause that sounds.
I say what
What sound?
That sounds like swine.
They can't
Right?
stand that.
Swine. No, that's swine. Y'all don't shit you swine. Hold on, Zoe.
They are offended when you use that word.
Oh,
You
she's
are?
not.
Okay. She go. All right.
So I have a question. I deal with appliances, and several times, especially in Suffolk, when I'm changing out Miss Delaree's old stove, then I know she cooked thousands of pork juice everywhere. You know what happens when you pull that stove out, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So what do I do? Because I've been touching a whole lot of
Might put some gloves on now.
You gotta wear those gloves.
Go ahead, put you some gloves on now.
and their clothes has got to get ready. Because you just,
That's wine juice, buddy. No.
you see what I'm saying?
Come on.
You pull it out and it's just clumps of juice
I believe.
behind it.
I believe.
Behind the stove.
That's why
She
it's
said behind the
so
stove. Yes. 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 Pork grease is
Grease,
it's something big. You know what I'm saying? Pork grease is something big. Okay. Talk to you.
Verse 9. These shall you eat of all that are in the waters.
Come on.
Whatever has fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall you eat.
Right. Exclude shrimp, crabs, lobsters, mussels, jellyfish, clams. What else we got? Starfish, octopus, stingrays. What else we got? Whales, sharks, dolphins, mermaids. Oh, no. But anyway, them things. They ain't got fins and scales, low total.
She said the like stingrays. That called me.
See?
Have you ever heard of imitation crab meat?
I've seen that.
That's stingray.
Some people take the stingray fish, they make it turn into
Imitation
Oh
crab.
my
Be all right there. Imitation. Hold on. I have a cook in my presence.
That's right.
Right?
Oh.
He says imitation crab meat is from stingrays.
Yeah, they take
Man, I didn't know that. We're gonna research on it, but we're gonna go with it too. See that?
2 abominations in one. That's horrible.
Be careful with the fish. You know, most I said, it gotta have fins. It has to have fins and scales. And you'll find fish that will have the fins, but not the scales. Or have the scales and not the fins. And you'll go in and talk to people, you know, the fish market or whatever, and they'll tell you, oh yeah, it has this. You have to make sure you check that fish out. Not all fish, you know, the kind of fish that we eat have scales and fins. They have to have both. Both.
I'm letting y'all. All right, go. Continue.
Verse 10. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they are abominable to you. And they shall be abominable to you. You shall not eat of their flesh, but their carcasses you shall abominate. Whatever has no fins or scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination to you. And these are they which you shall have in abomination among the birds.
Right.
They shall not be eaten. They are abominable. The eagle, and the bearded vulture, and the black vulture, and the kite, and the buzzard after its kind, every raven after its kind, and the owl, and the kestrel, and the gull, and the sparrow hawk after its kind, and the little owl, and the fish fowl, and the great owl, and the barn owl, and the jackdaw, and the gier eagle, and the stork, the heron after her kind, and the hoopoe, and the bat. All swarming things that fly, going upon four, shall be an abomination to you. Yet these may you eat of every flying, creeping thing that goes upon four, which have legs above their feet to leap with upon the earth. These of them you may eat, the locust after its kind, and the grasshopper after its kind, and the cargo after its kind, and the pagaz after its kind. But all other flying, creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination to you.
Stop. So, if I come to you with some pork chops and a plate of crickets, which one you eat?
Not one. You can eat crickets, but I'm not eating.
Right! You can eat the crickets!
Put it in peanut butter.
Want to, I'm still saying no.
No!
But you have a choice. You got a choice.
No choice. You have pork, you have crickets.
I'm killing the crickets. So you say salt and everything.
Now, I can bring that to some people, right? You know what they're picking.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm not eating no crickets.
That's
Like it's nasty or something.
Rice and crickets and crickets.
Rice and crickets, right? Hey, a lot of protein. Believe me. A lot of protein. You can fry your face up. You might well, you got a choice.
I bet
Which one you want?
vegan burger.
How about
No, you have a choice. There's no, I'm not going to. You have no choice. You about to die because of starvation.
Nothing else.
You have a. You hear that, Adon? It says it breaks it down so it can get all the nutrients.
Okay, so breaking it down so you get all the nutrients, right? So, remember at the beginning of this, you know what I'm saying, it talks about, before it goes into listing all the animals, and one thing you gotta keep in mind is, I don't know if they called them ducks back then, I don't know. You know, nobody knows if they called them ducks back then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, what I would encourage everybody to do is look at the terminology for each of these animals, you know what I'm saying, that's being listed. The majority of them, they have a predatory nature. They don't process food properly, you know what I'm saying? So internally, you know, they got a lot of unclean things going on with them all together. You know what I'm saying? So another part of our culture is that, you know, this is just for contemporarily speaking. I would just say we were master chefs. We knew how to prepare food. We knew what to look for. You know, we knew basic function. You know, biochemistry of animals and their function and how that's kind of coherent with the human body based on the law that we have with eating. You know what I mean? So to really get hung up on the name of the animal, it's kind of rude. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, because I say it all the time, but, you know, I don't know if Adam called the elephant an elephant. I don't know. Yeah, it really doesn't matter to me one way or another. But I'm not trying to skin an elephant in here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, you know, remember we distinguish in between that which is clean and that which is unclean.
Right.
So nature, which as everybody knows, you know the saying, you are what you eat. Right?
Okay.
So we know why we don't consume pigs.
That's
They got
right.
a violent nature about themselves, and they have no way of filtering any type of contaminated particles throughout their body. So to eat something like that, you know what I'm saying, it goes beyond the point that it's called a pig. Follow what I'm saying?
Okay.
We was talking about chickens, but chickens have gizzards, right?
Okay.
That's how they filter food.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's those intimate details, you know what I'm saying, that we gotta look at, you know what I'm saying? More so you're dealing with the nature and the characteristics of these animals. You know, I'm really outside of the point of what you call. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. Everybody get it? We good? So,
Chicken problem, he said that, okay, he was talking about the process of how they break down the food, which was.
they have a gizzard.
What he's about the
They
chicken?
have a gizzard.
They have a gizzle.
That thing that's up by there, it breaks down food.
Like
And that's where it breaks down the food at in them, which enable us to be able to eat it.
Okay.
Like a cow. Cow has stomachs.
Cow, you know, it's just like basically everything we can eat, basically break down food. Break down what they eat.
Was he here last
So
year?
like,
Ask him the list.
No, he wasn't here last hour.
Oh, she wanna know about, can you eat liver?
What's his feeling, his opinion on it?
liver,
Yes.
like
Like a liver from a cow.
a liver. I don't personally eat liver.
Okay, I don't either.
I understand about people not eating it. I want to know, can we eat?
Well, I would say this, that it was offered up to the Creator.
Let me say
The
this.
liver was offered to create. That's what I need to know. Oh, shoot.
Go ahead, though.
Allow me to research it a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Before I just throw something out there arbitrarily. Because really, when you get into those certain type of particulars that were offered and consumed, you know, I would encourage everybody to read the instructions very clearly about what's being said. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
At this point, you know, I'm not saying either or. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is I don't know of any of our ancestors eating liver. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also not saying that they didn't eat it. So let me look into it. I'll give you an answer by the end of the week.
Okay.
That's a beautiful. I like that. Torah about. Only reason why I really question it because I know in certain parts we read, he said the inward parts. It was something about don't eat the inward part of the animal, and I'm saying, okay, wasn't that include the liver? The liver is the inward part. So that's what's making me question. But Torah, please let me know.
Okay.
I need that answer.
All right, any more questions for the board, Ray?
How you doing?
Everybody say how you doing, Doc?
It's so good.
Okay, doing what you do.
I'm glad to have been a part of the, you know, to listen to that. That was pretty good.
Okay. All right, everyone's good?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, I'm gonna leave that to the board. All right, okay, all praises to the Most High Yah.
There you are.
Answer this thing.